There's one word.
Hello, is this thing on? Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6.
No, did you not realise? Did you realise what that said, Hannah?
Oh no!
She was about.
I'm confused.
Well, we're all one and the same at the moment, so
Yeah, we're inbred at the minute.
Is that because Mansfield's here?
yeah.
Get
Yeah.
in.
That.
And I'm your daddy.
Yeah, I really want to leave already. Can we go home?
Yeah, yes, you can get relegated if you want. Right, Hannah, explain why we're here and explain what's just happened.
We've not had a breakdown on a Thursday for a while. Because reasons. I can't actually remember why. I think we've just been a bit laid back with the whole thing, haven't we? And so
structure.
At some point I said to you, shall we have a breakdown on Thursday? And you said, yeah, go on then. And so we can talk about playoffs, we can talk about released and retained lists, we can talk about just general kind of footballing shit. And then I asked Harry if he wanted to come along. This is Harry, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it. And then you forgot, but joined the like backstage thing in a manner akin to when we were interviewing David Artell and you popped up.
At least I've got clothes on.
You have got clothes on, thank you.
He still talks about that, by the way. He still talks to me about. He still says he's never had.
He's a former Mansfield player, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Harry, have you never watched our interview? Well, we've done two, but have you never watched our interview with Dave Artell?
No, I didn't watch the Artell one.
Oh, you want to what he talks about Mansfield? He talks about what was his name? Carlton Palmer.
Yeah.
Talks about everything. Some of the stories he tells about Palmer are unreal. But yeah, I didn't do the second one, but I watched it and then I joined naked.
Oh, genius!
As you do.
And he still sort of says like, "I've never had an interview like it," and I don't think I ever have another one about like that again.
Unprofessional.
It was just like when he's doing proper media interviews and people will say to like, oh, you know, like half jokingly for conversation, I bet you've never had an interview, you know, I don't know, like
this one
at Grimsby before, and it'd be like, mate.
Yeah, I had someone rocked up naked before. Just won't mind. Came back for another interview, and he's coming back for a third.
Oh, he's a nice bloke. I'm glad that they've stayed in League Two.
I am. Do you know it was difficult for me because this season I've become weirdly like obviously we speak to the Cowleys, so I've kind of like got. It's not a friendship, but like I've got like invested feelings with what they're doing. Dave Artell, exactly the same. And then Steve Cotterill this season has been like quite a lot. I've had so many phone conversations with him, and I still aren't 100% sure how that started or happened. And like when I'm looking down at the bottom four, and three of those are in the bottom four, I'm like, one of them's definitely going, and it was it ended up being Steve. But you know we've got the Cowleys lined up. I mean, the one positive on this is that Steve has openly said he'll never do a podcast. Ever. Nothing against us. He's just said he does not want to tell his story until he's retired. He said when he retires, he'll write a book, and that's his plan is to write a book. And he said, I don't want my stories out there. I was like,
and then he'll do all of the bastarding podcasts.
He will, and we'll be first.
Wow.
We'll be first in line because we helped a lot.
I shared this completely exciting and unexpected news with you both earlier. But we're off. Put in.
I've already been to Spain. Look.
Well, honestly, you look like you've lived there for several years because you're in complete shadow. We're going back to Pinatar in July, which is new news.
Well, you say it's new news, Hannah. Are you going?
Yeah, I booked my flights a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I was just going to say, when did you book your flights, Hannah? For this completely new
I did
news.
the same last year and it paid off and it was fine. So now it's just a case of like making sure. Well, fortunately, both the events that they've announced so far have been within my stay in Pinatar. But me and Lottie are going.
Shocker that they've just happened to be at the same time. Are you going to be staying at the same place as them again?
I'm staying at the same hotel that I stayed at last year.
Which just so happened to be the one that they stayed in.
Yeah, but that makes me sound weird and stalkery in a kind of not quite baby reindeer vibe, but you know.
Speaking of baby reindeer, Johnny fans are here. How you doing, Chow? Good evening.
I'm getting a baby reindeer, Elliot. What?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yes. I mean, have you accepted now that it's happening, Hannah?
No, I know, still not. No, but it would be lovely if it did. We've still not put our released and retained list out.
Neither have we. I think the promotion teams are holding out.
Bradford put theirs out today.
Yeah, but they're not.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Are they?
Listen, we're just giving you a head start. We looked at the table. We were like, this is our 6th season we're going into. We're like, there can't be many teams that's been here for that long. Fuck me, Mansfield. How long? Like, we had to look back and see if was League Two a thing when they were. Did League Two form and Mansfield were already there? Just
Division
Mansfield
4.
and Newport.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, Leon, we had to be the Whipping Boys first when League Two were formed. So we were the Whipping Boys, got relegated, then came back.
Yeah, but you were the Whipping Boys in the league above as well in 2002, and then you were the Whipping Boys in League Two, and then you went to the National League for a bit. But
we were never on BT Sport like you said.
No, you weren't. But
I loved BT Sport.
I do have a bit of a jealousy towards the National League's coverage, but
like genuinely, yeah, it was great, especially towards the end of seasons when you can kind of sit down and watch whatever, because they're funny kickoff times, and like you said about 5:30. We had one once that was like 5:20 or something completely bizarre.
It used to be that. So when Halifax first went down, and they used to do the late kickoffs, it used to be that you could go to a Bradford game at 3. This was when you used to have like normal added time. The game was always seemed to be on time. It'd finish at 4:45, and then just before 10 to, and you could get to Halifax for the R5. Like that's what, and I used to know. But it's same with the rugby. We have it with Bradford Bulls. People watch Bradford City and then head straight up to Hoddesdale Stadium and watch the Bulls.
Well, I've not completely discounted it yet, but on Monday I was thinking about going to Mac FC against Marine in the league, whatever it is, Northern Premier playoff final, and then going to Crewe, because they're geographically not terrible. I could get the train Macclesfield, Wilmslow. Could never work out which train goes through where, but it is.
What time's that?
Not doable. 3.
I need to somehow watch the MK Dons game.
When's that?
3 o'clock.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but I need to somehow...
Is it 3 or 2?
It's 3.
Is it on Sky?
Yeah, it's on Sky.
Yes, it's on Sky.
Oh, so we can probably find some...
So if Harry can get to... Right, so wait, let's...
Oh, no. Oh, hang on.
No, we'll leave this till later. No one wants to hear our journey plan, Leo.
Yeah, but no one knows what the journey's for. We haven't even, like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're going on a trip, so that's all we'll say. Charles asked the question, is this a call-in show? Charles, I'm not going to lie. 14 minutes ago, I didn't even know this was a show.
Well, you did. You just...
Yeah, but I'd forgotten.
Forgot.
And then I had to run downstairs. I mean, you guys saw...
Liv saying, "Wake the baby up!"
Yeah, you guys saw Liv's face. She was not impressed.
Yeah, Liam, what were you thinking? You just laid on your bed, like, what's happening?
No, it was couch, that. I was just chilled on couch, and I was like, I saw Hannah post the link in the chat, and I thought, oh, these two must be doing something, because obviously you two are going to be doing the League One 606, hopefully next season, with Stace, and so I was like, oh, they must be like having a little introduction practice. I don't know, and I went, oh, I'll pop in and say hello before it starts, and I was like, hi guys, and I was like, what you two doing? So, Liam, we're doing a breakdown. I went, fuck, and just ran.
Thing is, we put in the chat last night. Hannah put, Harry, do you want to come on the breakdown? I said, yeah, sure, I'll hop on.
Were we playing Pirates?
Yes, we was.
You will not get I zone on Pirates, and if I play Pirates, then I'm just. I think Liv's wrote in chat, and this is something that I've never seen before. So she said, "You're lucky." First of all, Liv apostrophe Re. You're lucky you didn't wake the toddler the way you were stomping in a bush. Is she a toddler now?
Yeah, she's like 18 months.
No, I don't think she's not that. I said, don't think. I know she's just going 16 months. She's 50, yeah, so she'll be just going 16 months in next week, back in the next week. She's toddling, so I suppose that's the thing when they start walking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've magically gone from being 19 to 16, so that's great.
Shall we not announce?
Let's not talk about that yet.
Right. No comment, Your Honour.
Let's talk about League Two for a second. And Chal, I have read your comment. I haven't got to it yet, but we'll get to it. So let's just talk about retained lists then, because yours aren't out, but they're coming out thick and fast, and ours are out. No shocks.
Was it Harry Chapman? He's gone.
Yeah, Harry Chapman's gone. Zero shocks there. I mean, he knew on Saturday at full time. I said that when he was walking away. I said to him, we were outside the ground, we're just walking out, and I said to him, look, I said, we'll go again next season. And he just went, you will, I won't, and just walked away. And I was like, oh, he's gone then. Liam Rydal's, a lot of people celebrating that. I don't think people really saw the dirty work that Liam Rydal's did. And he knew as well. He said he was expecting not to get a deal, but he don't want to move from where he is, which is in the Halifax area.
Could be a Halifax move then. Really?
That's the thing. I think you're looking Halifax. There's four teams. Sorry, Halifax, Park Avenue, Harrogate, or back to Tranmere, because at Tranmere they loved him. So maybe so.
Any ideas about Harry Chapman? Because he's
Hartlepool.
Great for people on free.
Hartlepool. Yeah, it's
you reckon he would go higher?
Practically a done deal. He's he's back up there with his agent already. He posted on Instagram him and his agent in train station. It's where he's from.
I saw Grimsby fans saying they'd want him, to be fair, and stuff like that.
Yeah. He'll go somewhere where he can commute from the northeast, and that's his thing. The big news on it is obviously Jamie Walker offered new terms. There's a really confusing thing here. So Bobby Poynton and Brad Halliday have both had the 1 year additional,
and it explicitly said that, didn't it?
It did. Jamie Walker, who had a 1 year option from the club side, has been offered new terms. It's come out also that both Brad Halliday and Bobby Poynton have also been offered new, longer, extended contracts, but they weren't mentioned in the list. So I am not sure what the Jamie Walker thing is. I don't know if it's because he has been injured a few times this season, and he gets injured when it's annoying. Like, you love him for it. He gets injured because he's so committed to every challenge, and he ends up coming out of them sometimes the wrong way. And like you love a player like that. Maybe they've gone for more appearance based contract with him, but it was weird. But yeah, Alexander's confirmed that Poynton and Halliday have both been offered new, longer contracts. We've got 22 contracted players now for next season.
Mm-hmm.
We still need to ship a couple out, which aren't going to play.
Yeah, and you'll have people on that under those. It said, however many people are all under contract, and they, I know you say you won't, but people like Jake Young potentially.
Go on, Harry.
I think you've got like Ash Taylor and like players like that who are just not going to play, and it's just going to waste up your wage bill. I mean, and your squad size. Really, you can't keep having these type of players.
No.
On your
And
list.
I think he'll go. I think Ash Taylor will go somewhere. Timmy Odesina is under contract for another 2 seasons.
No, it's one more, Liam. It's one more.
Is it only? Did he only? Oh, it's a 2. 2 with an option, so potentially 2. And he's been down walking, I believe. But his girlfriend or his wife, I don't know if they're married. She lives there. She's training to become a solicitor. She's got a very high paid job, and they've got a young child together. And him being up here, like we gave him time off to go for the christening and things like that. I don't think he'll want to come back. If I'm honest, I think he's going to be down there and happy.
Liam, I think it was because I looked earlier. He signed a contract. He signed for you in 2022, and it was a 3-year deal from Hartlepool. 3 years.
He signed.
No, definitely 2022. I looked earlier.
Yeah, wait. I'm confusing when Hartlepool got relegated.
Hartlepool got relegated last season.
In 2023.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
They went down with Rochdale.
We signed him before they got relegated. Yeah. So we signed him the year before. So yeah, no, he has 2 years, but so he's got 1 more year left. Then this. Oh, yeah. So maybe it's 3 with an option.
I mean, you won't want that because he's barely played, hasn't he? He's barely
played four times.
Yeah, you don't want that, man.
No, but I think Jake Young. You mentioned Jake Young. If he'd not had the injury and surgery, and he'd carried on, obviously what he did at Swindon, we probably would lose him this summer. But I feel like it's played into our hands a bit. We're going to keep him because
we said the same about Barry.
Yeah,
potentially.
We want to see how it goes. Yeah, that's Bradford. I'm quite happy. There's no shocks in the list. Noah Wadsworth, who's a young player who he came on for his debut not that long back, and Alexander spoke so highly of him, and then he's just been released. Someone tweeted, and it's hard to really argue with it, aside from Bobby Poynton. Bobby Poynton, I think, is the first youth player we've had come through since, I want to say, like maybe Joe Colbeck, which was like 2007. First one that's come through when he's looking like he's going to go on and stay in the team. I know McBurney did, but McBurney played a handful of games. They said if you are a youth player at Bradford, if we haven't sold you for a nominal fee by the time you're 14, you might as well just leave.
Really?
Well, that's what they were saying, because no one gets the chance. No one gets that opportunity. And I was reading it and I was like, yeah, we don't really give that many opportunities. Bobby Poynton's kind of fought his way in, and even we held back for the most of this season. We really shouldn't have done. So yeah, that's Bradford. I'm happy. I'll see what happens this season. A comment immediately, Hannah. Yeah, in a breath.
I think we have him just for the. I mean, you can have him. We don't want him. Yeah. Like just for the entertainment value and the
footman comes to Bradford.
Lad.
I think anyone who's still in League Two should really go for George Ray. I think he's a really, really, really impressive centre half. I think it'd be a massive coup for anyone.
Yeah, and I think when you watch the interviews he's done, he spoke about every club he's been at, he's never really clicked, but he clicked at Barrow, and it makes you wonder: was this a George Ray decision, or was this a Barrow? There's no room for your decision, because I don't think he should have left.
I know I was going to say that about your surprise departure at Bradford. It might not look like it's the best decision, but then you don't know who's coming in, what Sharp's got in his kind of back pocket in terms of plans. So
trust me, Sharp's got a lot under the back pocket.
Can't wait. I can't wait just to see what happens. But speaking to segue from Bradford we obviously just segued into Barrow. There's the Ben Whitfield connection. Obviously, I'm dying for Ben Whitfield to come. He's currently in negotiations with Barrow,
right,
on their retained list. So,
I I've seen some. Who else was it from Barrow that said that they're leaving today? Or no, was it Masters that had signed a new contract?
Chester.
Chester.
It's Chester. Has he signed a new contract?
Yeah.
So there's one more who left.
Right.
Tom
so
White.
they've released George Ray, Jamie Proctor, Tom White, Courtney Duffus, whose ex-county was the one with that horrible injury earlier in the season. Sam Foley, Terrell Warren, Rory Feely, Owen Bray, Malachi Reeve, and Sam Bellis. Sean Ataleku, Junior Tiencia, Niall Canavan, Elliot Newby, and Paul Farman have all had 1-year contract extensions triggered.
Yeah.
Oh. Veteran defender James Chester, 35, and forward Ben Whitfield, 28, have been offered new deals.
Yes. So they've been offered new deals. They're in negotiations, but
it's interesting that they've put that out, though. If he's not accepted the deal,
yeah, it is
we
weird,
were talking, weren't we, yesterday, Leon, while we were playing Pirates, about Ben Whitfield.
Yeah, I love him.
I think that suits him to a T. I think Bradford absolutely suits him to a T.
He's been great.
It is a Dave Sharp signing. Unbelievable.
And Alexander's a big fan of him. Yeah. He is a big fan. Owen Bray, I just want to say, like, Owen was the one who in the crossbar challenge pretended to be another player. Right?
Forgotten about that.
He walked up and he looked at the camera and he went, Lucas Stevenson, wing back. And then when I'm editing it, I'm looking at it and I'm going, that's not Lucas Stevenson. Like, that's definitely not Lucas Stevenson. And then I'm listening to it and I'm like, why is everyone calling Lucas Stevenson Owen? So then I went on the website and I was like, you little prick. Anyway, this is what I said the other day about the atmosphere there. It was such a good atmosphere, and there's some big characters in there that have been dropped out, huge characters. See what happens.
But then, who else have we had in League Two with retained list?
Swindon,
Forest Green.
Well,
but Richard Keogh's gone, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Whether he kicks around somewhere in League Two.
No, I don't think so.
You reckon he'll just retire?
I think a lot of players that went down in that Forest Green team will struggle to step into.
I think the only two you could say is probably Matty Stevens and Dabo.
Matty Stevens, I know what I say.
But, like, both have been released. Yeah.
Say Dominic Bernard to an extent, but
he's not on. Oh yeah, no, he has. Yeah.
Well, Swindon.
Oh, my second.
Swindon. So, reading on social media, obviously the big one in it is Charlie Austin's out of contract and been released.
And Fraser Blake Tracy was the least surprising one ever, because he's been very vocal this season about, like, his general unhappiness.
He's going to Crawley, apparently. Rumors he's going to go with over to Crawley with Mr. Lindsay. But it seems like Charlie Austin found out when we found out.
Oh.
Looking at his Twitter posts.
Oh no. Bianca won't have liked that either.
No, she won't. Well, I can't see because she's blocked me. She blocked me, did RB Yanks. Essentially his Twitter post said something like, well, it looks like my time at Swindon is over. And it was quite a passive aggressive opening. And it was like, when you read it, you're like, have you just found that out? Like, because there's a lot of players leaving, but one for me is Tyrese Shade.
Yeah,
I am as well.
He was good against us. Quite.
He's in the he's Solihull, isn't he? He's in the National League playoffs. Like, why would you release him yet? You'd wait, and then you'd look at what your options are. Like, if he gets promoted, he's on fire for them. If he gets promoted with Solihull, you know, well, regardless of whether he gets promoted, you know what he's gonna go sign for Solihull.
I was watching him versus Halifax, wasn't I, Hannah? I told you I was watching that game.
Yeah.
And he literally looked like the brightest spark in that team. And the fact that they've not even offered him a 1-year contract or anything after is really surprising. But Swindon's an absolute mess. I don't know.
George McEachran's decent as well.
Yeah. What's the age on a Bosman? The official age? Is it 23 and under?
Yes, it
is.
No.
Yeah, 23 it is.
He's 23.
Oh.
He's shit. He was born in June 2000, so he's at the minute he's 23. So you offer him a deal. You even if you don't plan on keeping him, you offer him something because.
But is it under 23?
I don't know. It's
23.
Yeah, it is. It's compensation for players under 23. Oh, but then something else says
it's not clear.
3.
I just think I don't think they've got many good football people at Swindon by the sounds.
No, they don't.
And it's an absolute mess.
Yeah, they've not got the. Yeah, but yeah,
so if they're 23 or older, and they've got 6 months or less remaining on their contract, then they can negotiate and sign a pre-contract agreement indicating their ability to move to their intended club on a Bosman transfer when the next transfer window opens.
Yeah.
But otherwise, under 24s who are out of contract are only available on a free transfer if released by the club holding the player's license.
Okay, so that's him then. He's under 24. So if all they had to do was chuck any contract offer at him at all, and they would get a fee.
Yeah,
it's just not good, is it?
No, it's not good. But yeah, other names on Swindon's list. Obviously, they've extended Paul Glatzel's, which Gunning's already said weirdly that he thinks they'll struggle to keep hold of him this summer.
Well, but then it's fine, isn't it? They get some money for him.
Yeah.
I was speaking to Ben the other night, and I said I can really see Swindon going down the Crawley route, where they're just going to sign these unknown National League players next season, and I can see them going cheap next season. I really do.
The issue there is that they don't have the setup to scout those players at the minute.
No.
I just think they're going to go on potluck, Leon. They're just going to go on potluck. That's what they're
doing. Football Manager.
Football Manager. Oh, God, here we go.
Yeah.
I might get a new job then at Swindon. Get in.
Listen, no will beat the job offer that I was offered this season in the EFL. Nothing will ever come close to it. All right, I will tell.
A sprinter, was it?
Oh no, trust me, it wasn't. I will tell you off this. But yeah, not in a million years will you guess it. But it's funny.
I hope it's not Mads or Time Manager. Bloody hell.
It's not, but you're on the right lines. So Ian's taking the subject. Let's talk about it. Stockport voted best grass in League Two. Bradford, Colchester robbed.
Absolutely, I don't. Mansfield also robbed.
Doncaster, there's rioting in Doncaster. not because of the vote, just because it's Doncaster.
Yeah, best Liam Cash, best. Well, not him personally, but him and his team. Another LC. There we go. Right, hang on. So how many is that in HJBs and anyway?
HJBs are better anyway.
LC's award winning.
And then Stockport County Ladies won the Cheshire Cup last night, 9-0.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up as well. Stockport County under 21s Ladies Cup winners and Groundsman of the Year. Fair play. When we had the whole discussion about grounds, Stockport was my example of what I mean. It is a hybrid pitch, so, and this isn't a knock in any way, but it'll be easier to maintain than a grass pitch, especially over winter. But there's obviously a different science to it as well, which has got to be difficult.
It's down to the weather events, in my opinion.
Yeah, the localized weather events. Well, on Sunday there was we had our parade, and like they do a whole thing in the ground and present all the players and the player awards and things like that, which is really nice. But it was incredible that it looked like it did on the first day of the season, even after like pitch invasions and laps of honor and all of that. It's in fantastic condition. They do a brilliant job, and it's one of the few things that like never gets thrown back at us in terms of I was going to say mudslinging, but there is no mud on there.
I think Notts County's another one. Notts County's another one who's pitched.
Well, yeah,
except
our game against them was called off.
Was it?
In January. That's why we ended up playing it the other week.
Oh, you don't talk about that though. Yeah, you don't talk about that. Just before we come to that latest comment, I'm going away from League Two here, but it's something that I always like to highlight. So Scunny have sacked their manager today.
Yes.
I can see why.
Well, yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: he's a lovely guy, and he has had the most like the stuff going on around him. I think the fact that they were even in with a shout of winning the league at this season and then getting into playoffs is insane, because they were like the club was stripped from around. It was coming in every day, and there were less and less staff. I think like they were down to single digit staff members within the club. Players weren't getting paid. Are there any Swindon fans watching? Because Scunny fans are all asking for John Sheridan.
I thought you were saying Gavin Gunning. They'd be like, take him.
You've got to be joking.
No, they're all posting pictures of John Sheridan, and the thing is, the one that's posted it originally is ironbrew.net, and they're in with the club, and it's like if they're posting it, are they posting it just to see a reaction, or are they posting it because there's actually something there? And I mean, he retired, so whether he's coming back, I don't know.
I don't know.
And Jed Brennan's left Morecambe to go back to Accrington as well.
Yeah, to be an assistant manager.
Yeah. Weirdly, you see that Morecambe's CEO has won CEO of the Year.
Fuck off.
Yeah, he's gone to Walsall.
Yeah, he's going to Walsall, yeah. But yeah, so if I go,
like, I suppose being able to financially manage the resources that they've got probably deserves some kind of award.
It's just an absolute joke, though, that's the situation they're in.
Yeah.
Ben Sadler has been named League Two CEO of the Year at the Football Business Awards. I read it and I was like, what? And I was like, to the comments, but the comments were all like, well done, mate, you've done a great job. And I'm like,
it has to be because he has kept the club largely afloat, because they have a situation where every month they wait for a cash injection from the owner to pay the wages. So, otherwise he will be, juggling the resources that he's got to, keep the day-to-day operations going.
So I've just sent a picture of him into the chat. Hannah, tell me that's not Cam Toman.
I can't. Oh, in our chat, right? Oh, hang on.
Yeah, in the chat in here, in the private chat in here.
All right. He's not very old, is he?
No, he's not old, but he is. He is Cam Toman.
This is what brings me like. When I grow up, I want to be a CEO of a football team, and then I realised that I'm grown up and I don't have any experience, and no one will employ me.
Wait, Liam, I can't. Where is it, Paul?
On the right hand side, it says private chat.
Does it? Oh, I'm new to this. Oh,
well, yeah, sorry, because you're on an iPad.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, he's turned his camera off, Hannah.
Oh,
he's back. He's done it again. He's back.
Right. Our child is intellectually challenged.
It's right. Well, it's good for him to get it out of the way now before next season starts.
Saying, I am not Liam's. I don't get beat 5-1 at home.
Moving on.
Monday's going to be fun. I think this is really interesting.
I think it's fucking stupid.
Well, right. So, also, it's Welcome to Wrexham new series day for anyone who has a Fire Stick and can access it in illegal ways. Anyone else has to wait till tomorrow.
Or have a shit in my hands and clap. Boom.
Oh, right. Anyway, so I think it's probably tied to that in terms of like Humphrey Kerr's been doing lots of media. They're doing lots of media, and it's really interesting to see how some of the Wrexham fans have responded to it. And I think they're very much the old guard. And we have we're having exactly the same conversation at County in terms of, you know, you don't want to overinvest. You don't want to end up, you know, with an empty stadium. This is, you know, the worst thing. What we're doing, and this is perhaps entirely what Rob and Ryan have got planned, but haven't necessarily communicated it. Is that it's like a gradual increase in terms of, you know, you do one stand, then you do another, and if things are going well, you do another. So maybe it's not as ridiculous as it sounds. That said, in North Wales, you know, so what they're talking like 45, 50,000 or whatever, you know, are they going to use it for international games? Are they going to use it for concerts? You know, there's my mum and dad go to concerts in Wales all the time for some bizarre reason, and they're normally in Llandudno, or the biggest arena is like Liverpool from North Wales. So, but then you end up with like an MK Dons situation where you have this brilliant, beautiful, enormous stadium, and, you know, take Nick's point about the footprint of the ground not being big enough for them to expand that much. With, I don't know, I mean, they're at like 12,000 capacity at the moment, aren't they? So,
it's, you know, university as well, isn't it? That's what
it is university, and the university halls are just behind. There's a main road kind of the other side. I think there's the car park. Yeah,
I'm just going to start here, and I didn't really want to, but you do know, like, eventually these fans from America are just going to get bored. Like, this is going to happen. Like, and I'm sorry to say this, and I'm sorry if Liam, you get DMs from this, but it's just going to happen.
Fine, they all go
but that
requests anyway.
That doesn't reasonably affect
because
day to day, like the weekly attendance, by any significant. I mean, they're not coming. I mean, they've got, at the moment, I think the rule is like 200 tickets are allocated to international applications for every game.
But then, do you think 44,000, 55,000 UK-based Wrexham fans will go?
No, and neither do they. But I think, I don't know. This is why I think that there's probably a PR angle to it.
Yeah.
There's, you know, they are very, like, in a way that Mark Stott, you know, says quite openly that he hasn't got Premier League money. Like, we're Championship, and that's it. We'll probably do quite a few years in League One, and then, you know, push for the Championship. Versus Rob and Ryan, who are, you know, right, we're going for.
So they can't afford. They can't afford to stand still, can they? Really? I think, and for me, there's a lot of stuff about the Wrexham situation that I don't like, and I've been quite honest about it. It's fine, but this is the first thing for me that I've seen from them that shows that there's a naivety from the owners to everything. If that makes sense. Like, there's not a, because like Harry says, if they pulled out, or eventually they're going to sell, that's, you know, that's what's going to happen. It's a business.
Yeah.
You know, you look at people talk about Ryan Reynolds and his businesses, and it's like he came in at this and then he sold them at this. It's the key. The common denominator is he's always sold. So eventually that will happen. When that happens, are a lot of these people that are there just purely for those two going to stick around? And if they don't, does the shine come off? And this isn't a slagging off. This is a discussion. This is, I want to have this discussion with Wrexham fans. Is that when the shine comes off, are they left with a 55,000 seater stadium and declining attendances?
I'll tell you what will happen. It'll be another Darlington situation where they just can't fill the ground. You're going to have, like, what, 5,000 in a 55,000 seat stadium, maybe more, 7, 10, right about that mark. It's not going to help. That's
a comment as well. Leo.
Yeah, I just saw that. That's why I stopped speaking. Like, that seems a more viable option.
Yeah, it does, and it's entirely sensible. But if you think if their 10-year plan is to have Taylor Swift and I don't know, whoever, and to be this like headlining concert venue, which will bring in an awful lot of money, then the training ground is kind of, I mean, they're training fine at the moment. They're coming second in the league.
But they should have come first.
I'm not. I'm always playing.
Do you know what I mean, if they had,
like,
maybe if they had decent training facilities, they'd have finished first.
And
But
Lord Mansfield finished 2 points below them.
and,
Teams like
and
Mansfield.
teams like Mansfield. But then when you look at that, and it's like training ground. It's the basics, isn't it? It's putting in the basics while you can, while they've got the money and the time to do it. They've got a squad that's capable of competing. Get the training ground sorted, and then push on. Leon's agreeing. He thinks they'd have won it if they had one. I agree. I think that a proper training ground would push you that step further. You probably would have done.
I think also a good training ground attracts you when you're going up levels. So they'll be going into League One. It does attract better players. Like we've got a new. It's actually a really good training ground. It's probably going to be one of the best in League One. When we go up, that's going to attract players that we wouldn't have if we didn't have them facilities. Do you think people really want to? I mean, you're going to go Wrexham because the Wrexham's, well, whatever story it is. You're going to go Wrexham over Mansfield, but if you compare Mansfield's training facilities to Stockport's, I think we'd be better.
Oh, we've got brilliant training.
Oh, have you? Oh, well, there we go. But any of the playoffs teams then will retract. There we go. Like Mansfield's facilities will attract players next season.
Yeah, maybe so. And I think that's what needs to be kind of looked at here. Get your facilities right before you push on. They want a state-of-the-art one, but can't find an area big enough. They ain't got room to do what they want to do with the ground. So that would be a concern for me as a Wrexham fan. I'd be looking and going, we can't fit a 55,000 seater stadium here. What are they going to do? Are they going to build a new ground? Are we going to move?
But maybe they do what, like ours is, I can't remember what the staging is, but it goes up. There's like, I know there's an 18,000 version in there, and then the upper limit is 25. Maybe it's right. Well, first that fourth wall that they've got that's got the temporary stand in. Maybe that's where they go first, and build a proper stand in there with 2 tiers and whatever else they want in it. And then okay, we're filling that. Where do we go next? And I don't know. But yes, you run the risk of then having a 35,000 seat stadium, can't go any bigger, and you've got no options.
So do they invest currently in expanding what they've got, or do they look at options for starting fresh with a 20,000 seater, which has got the capability to be expanded to whatever they need it to?
Do you think they'll want that? Because that's then taking their point where they keep on mentioning we've got this race course, the oldest international ground.
Well, right, yeah.
So that's a marketing ploy in itself that they don't want to get rid of. So what they're going to have to do is, are they going to have to buy land, and then they're going to have to get a load of planning permission? It's all going to be one massive effort for them to do.
Oh, absolutely. But there's it's just looking at it. It's how they get the land.
Unless Rob McElhenney has plucked numbers out of thin air, he did say, we've looked at it. We think we can get to, whatever. So maybe it's as simple as that. And they've sold. Now I can't remember the names. I'm sure Leon will be able to help me out with it. There's a Mexican football team that have effectively bought shares, is it 5% or something of Wrexham, and Rob and Ryan have invested in that. I think that's really interesting as well, because there's lots of models like this in the US. In women's football, there's Angel City, where it's again kind of consortia of, celebrities at Angel City, but at other clubs it's just investors. So it'd be interesting to see that.
Another potential negative of it is, at the minute, obviously season ticket holders, I'm guessing Wrexham run on a points system for away games like most clubs do. There's got to be some. I don't
actually know. I know that last season they didn't sell any new season tickets because they were kind of at capacity. So they must have Must have
There's
something.
got to be something for you. You've got to like attending home games to get your ability to buy away
It's
tickets.
just season ticket orders. I'm sure it is at Wrexham.
But then, if you expand to 30,000,
Harry, you might need to put the light on, love.
Yeah.
yeah. If you expand to
I'm back.
30,000 and you fill it, then the new fans are going to have the same rights to smaller capacity away grounds as those that have been there for the last 30, 40 years. And that's where you're then going to see clashes.
We're having that at the minute with Mansfield anyway.
I know.
And we're in League One. Well, going into League. Well, we're League Two.
We're in League One.
We're in League One.
Oh,
Why am I on a League Two breakdown? You invited me.
Been there. Don't worry about it.
But no, Harry's right, and already on the League One, because with some of us have migrated to the League One Facebook group. They're all like the Bolton Barnsley ticket allocation argument. And like I said to Harry, when we give them 900, they're going to lose their shit.
Yeah, I've just seen teams like Mansfield and stuff like that, and I'm not looking forward to this next season. I feel like a Harrogate fan right now, where people go, "Oh, we're going to Harrogate," or teams like Harrogate.
You're now getting to a point where you're the smaller club.
Yeah.
And it's and it's like with us, like obviously we're in League Two, we've got the highest crowds by 7,000 nearly. When we stepped up to League One, we had Portsmouth.
Yeah.
In fact, in League Two, when Portsmouth came down, it was a humbling for us. We were like, "Oh, me Portsmouth are here," and like you kind of do shrink a little bit. And yeah, we got to that point where it was like, we were playing Bolton and the grounds and the capacities were there. They were bigger than us, and we couldn't. Not that we couldn't compete, because it wasn't that much of a difference, but you feel a hell of a lot smaller.
You just know we're going to get the 3 stand comments. We get them in League Two as it is.
I think we'll get away with it a little bit. I think people are quite like, we've had this particularly last season, less so this season, where people would be like, "Oh, I'm really excited to go back to Edgeley Park. I used to go," and there's like, again, it's that sense of nostalgia and the fascia, which is listed. And I think people say, "Oh, it's a proper football ground." So I think we'll probably get away with it a little bit more. We're used to Bolton calling us Tin Pot anyway, so
I think your first season you'll always get away with it.
Yeah,
it's when you're there for a couple. I mean, you won't have to worry about that. Harry, don't worry about that.
But season, that's when we're going back to four stands.
Also, we'll enjoy 4 stands when you come back down. Mind you, we won't, because we might take over. We'll see.
Oh yeah, you can dream. You can dream. Just remember that 5-1 we did to you.
Oh, it's about time you smashed it, isn't it? You've been spending most money in division for the last 10 years. It's about time you did something fucking with it.
Is that the second or third time you've mentioned that in the last 47 minutes, Harry?
Yeah,
Look,
here's the thing, Hannah. Here's the thing. How old are you, Harry?
29, mate. 29, not 19. 29.
How old are you really?
19.
19. Okay.
16. 19, sorry.
16. He's 16.
Harry's crowning achievement as a Mansfield fan is beating Bradford 5-1.
Oh, don't.
Up until the promotion, that victory in March was the best day of his life supporting Mansfield.
Sorry, the more relevant team when we beat them 9-2. The more relevant team in Yorkshire.
The more relevant team. Well, our Yorkshire rivals.
Yeah, your Yorkshire rivals.
With the good pies, though.
Yeah.
Room bastards.
Why does that game have to kick off at 1 o'clock? What is that about?
Well, Liam's talked about this before. It's because of the tea room wars.
Yeah, we can't risk those tea room guys getting
People
filled
would die.
Right. They would. They just die, like laid on the floor, and the ambulance comes, and you're covered in clotted cream and jam.
Tea room wars.
We've had a question in, so we'll let's do it. How many defunct grounds have you guys been to, like Roker Park, Ayresome Park? So Roker Park, for me, I went to Roker Park. I've been back because it's an actual park now and a housing estate. And from what I remember, like driving down, there's like signs that talk about it. There's like a roundabout, a little mini roundabout, and that's like the center circle. or what was the centre circle, and it's like,
Oh,
or the goal area. It's either the penalty spot or the centre circle on this little mini roundabout, and they've done it intentionally. It's great. Yeah, it's bizarre because you're like you go past it and like you think about like everything that's happened on that specific point.
yeah.
It's just yeah.
Nice.
I've been to Highbury.
Yeah, Highbury. Oh yeah, forget about Premier League grounds.
Yeah, because it's an irrelevant league, mate. Don't worry about
it. Boothferry Park.
I've been to Bowling. That's awful. That's devastating, Bowling.
The bowling ground. Yeah. Well, have you seen Highbury now? Hannah, have you seen Highbury?
No.
Yeah.
So it's still Highbury.
Yeah, it's still
really?
Highbury.
As in the stadium's still there. They've converted the stands into apartments, and the pitch is a communal garden area.
It's so good.
It's beautiful. And they've still got, I think, the original clock, and it's all still there.
Well, they did that with the BBC building at Wood Lane as well, didn't they? That's apartments, like it was almost like a donut, and it's apartments around the outside and like a communal garden in the middle.
I want to go to the Rotherham one. I do.
Which one? Because they obviously they moved to the Don Valley. I'm guessing you don't mean the Don Valley.
No, not Don Valley. No.
We played them at the Don Valley, right?
I've been to Don Valley.
Well, this is one of my favourite stories. Hannah, you were in non-league at this point, so you wouldn't know.
Yeah, we're in League One now.
What year did you go down? Actually,
2011.
Oh no, you weren't in non-league.
Two fans, eh?
Well, do you know what? Actually, I think we relegated. Our victory. Gareth Evans scored a last-minute winner for us against you at our ground the year you were relegated, and it's the same season. So it was the season you got relegated. We won 3-2. And
I just remember the last home game.
Well, we were down there with you. We were down there with you. And that goal and that game, that 3 points was kind of what pushed us to get away from that battle. But the Don Valley, and there's got to be videos on YouTube of it. I remember James Hansen scored, I think it's like a 92nd minute winner. And all the Bradford fans piled out of the stand and ran around the running track. They were all racing around the track. It was great. Yeah. What was the old Rotherham ground called?
Was it Plainmoor?
Yeah, it was Plainmoor.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. You know, to say I'm only 19.
Harry.
I'm only 19 and I have the knowledge.
Oh, no, it wasn't Plainmoor. It was Millmore.
Oh, yeah.
Very good guess. Very, very good guess, Harry. It's still there. Again, it is still there.
Yeah, they play Sunday League on it, Leon.
Did they actually play Sunday League on it?
Yes. The Sunday League game goes off on there every Sunday, I'm telling you.
So there's that. There's like they used to. There are still two teams in Bradford, but we used to have two EFL teams, like two football league teams. Bradford Park Avenue, when they were in the football, they had for the time a better stadium than us. Like they were at one stage the better team in Bradford. I never went to Park Avenue, which it's not where it is now. Weirdly, so they're called Bradford Park Avenue where they are, but Bradford Park Avenue isn't there. Bradford Park Avenue is like the other side of Bradford.
Oh, isn't it? We play them every pre-season.
What, Park Ave?
Yeah.
Let me admit, I live literally 5 minutes away from ground. Let me know if you play them this pre-season. I'll come.
I'll be coming.
Yeah, I'll come.
It's only time to see each other this season, next season, Liam. You know.
No, we'll smash you in cup. Don't worry. But yeah, we've spoke about Park Avenue quite a bit, haven't we, Hannah? Because like Stockport fans hate Park Avenue. I love it, mate. I love Park Avenue.
Can I ask why?
I just think it's so unique. Like the food's great. You've got you can drink a beer at the side of the pitch.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and like my kids come with, if we ever play them on a Saturday or it's like a nice evening, I used to take my kids with me, and like the kids would be like playing around. They play football like on the side of the pitch, and yeah, it is really enjoyable. Someone else has just said here, Bradford Park Avenue's old ground is immense. I'm see if I can find you a photo of it.
Do not put it in the private chat. Just send it on WhatsApp, Liam.
I'll show you on the screen here. Yeah, it was. He said the overgrown terrace. Like I can't explain to you what this overgrown terrace is like. It's absolutely insane. It's obviously all knocked down now. But yeah, it was huge. Was Park Avenue? Obviously, it had the football ground, and then it had the cricket ground attached to it. But it was beautiful. Is that that's a painting of it? I can't share a painting. Yeah, carry on chatting. I'll find you a photo.
I was just going through the release and retain lists again. So Grimsby are releasing 11 players, including Gavan Holohan and Aboisa.
Where do you think Holohan goes to?
Hartlepool.
Do you think?
I think he goes back to
needs
Poole.
stay.
I was going to say he came from there, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I know we were there before, but I think personally he should be staying in League Two.
No, I think he'll. I think he'll go to Hartlepool. I think he'll go back to them.
Well,
Aboisa is an interesting one because he started off so promisingly and then has just done. Was he injured?
No, I don't think so. I think he's just.
He
got a slight injury, didn't he?
Yeah, but nothing like what he got when he was with us. He just, it just wasn't. He started off really well, and it kind of just tailed off. Which, yeah, I mean, meh.
When we played them all the way back in August, he scored the goal of the month against us.
Yeah, he scored belters.
That was the only shot they had, and he scored a goal at month. I was sat there like, well, great. So that's where our draws came from, goal at months.
Here you go, guys. This was Bradford Park Avenue's ground.
Oh.
So it's like a massive overgrown terrace, but that back, so the other side of that is another set of seats going down, facing the cricket ground. So look, this is the opposite side. It's like all.
It looks like a pavilion.
Yeah, it's back to back.
So what actually happened to these? Why did they?
They went down and down the leagues, and look, so that's the back of the stand. This is the cricket pitch.
Wow.
So that's all the pavilion, like with the private seating areas and stuff like that. And yeah, it was unbelievable. Yeah, it was over 30,000.
And
yet they still had a better ground than what we have now. Fantastic.
They had 4 stands.
Yeah, that's the start.
Yeah, I loved Park Avenue. Could Bradford City move to Park? It's not there anymore. The site's completely gone. I think it's housing now. It's not even the same site anymore.
I think you've discussed this before, Liam. I don't think like moving Bradford away from Valley Parade would ever be a thing.
It's the only viable option for us to progress, but I can see why we won't.
Like, there's too much history there.
Yeah. Right, where's Plainmoor then? Because Plainmoor is a ground.
A few hundred miles away. Oh, I know. I'll Google Plainmoor.
It's Torquay.
That's it. I did a Torquay Football Manager say. That's why I know Plainmoor.
Yeah. Let's have
I have a question.
Tell me what do you think about that. Go on then.
As we enter silly season, and there's a 2-part question with some background. So, not League 2 related, but League 1 related. It became almost absolutely certain that Richie Wellens was going to sign for Barnsley. He was bookies' favourites. He'd missed the Players' Awards. He hadn't done interviews. Like, everything stacked up for him not being at Leyton Orient anymore. And then yesterday they announced, and what I would say about it is that it does suggest that he is somewhat indisposed, either, in hospital or on holiday or whatever, because the way they did what do you know? You know something.
Do you not know? Have you not heard?
No, no, I know what you were trying to propagate, but that's not true.
Did you? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He said Hannah, he said it in the voice note that they used.
Oh yeah, but
he said that he said they'll see when they see my hair after it's grown after it's grown back, when they see my hair, they'll understand. He's had hair plugs.
Oh, I thought he got a hair transplant.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
that's what
it.
it
Plugs.
is.
Yeah,
Oh,
plugs.
is it? Is that what it
So
is?
he's
So
had
you're
hair
telling
plugs.
me he's gone to Turkey straight after last game of the season?
No, but this is before. He
What?
weren't even in the dugout for
No,
Saturday.
this is why
No,
it
he
was
said he was at the
so
game.
like.
He was at the game, but he's had the surgery. Or well, allegedly had the surgery. Obviously, we don't know it yet, but that's what he's essentially said.
Nah, he's messing with you.
He hasn't. So I
You
was sat there
personally,
going, Richie Wellens doesn't need a hair transplant. Then I googled Richie
Yeah.
Wellens, and I spent a lot of time looking at photos of Richie Wellens, going, yeah, Richie Wellens could get away with a hair transplant here.
Yeah, but his hair looks all right as it is anyway.
No, I can see
I'm
where he's
gonna
gone with
start-
it.
Right, I tell you what, Elliot Watt's safe now. I'm going to go full baby reindeer on Richie Wellens, given he lives in the town that I live in. So
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah, he does.
that sounded vaguely threatening.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit that photo. So it seems like he's had a hair transplant, and that's what it is. And I don't think he'd joke about that. Actually, speaking of Richie Wellens and jokes, so do you know the George Ray interview I mentioned all the times? I've listened to it again, because I think it's brilliant. When he went on loan to Christ, where was Richie Wellens manager when he went on loan? It might have been Exeter. Did Richie Wellens go to Exeter?
Oh God,
No.
he's been all over. Hasn't
Richie
he?
Wellens has been a
Swindon,
Orient. He
Where
couldn't have been at Exeter because Paul Tisdale were there for about 13 years. So and he'd been playing there. He's been at Oldham.
It was Orient, I'm sure. Wait, no. George Ray went on loan and Richie Wellens was manager. It was Orient. It was Orient.
okay.
Really?
So George Ray went on loan. It didn't work out. Richie Wellens came in after the manager.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. He was at Donny
Yeah,
for a
he
bit
did
as well.
Yeah, so Richie Wellens came in and basically said to George Ray, look, you're on loan. I need to see what my players can do. So you're not going to play. So George Ray was like, right, okay, I'm not going to come back then. And he was like, yeah, you don't need to come training, blah, 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 blah. So George Ray went on holiday to Greece, and he's on holiday in Greece with his missus. He said, and he gets a phone call, Richie Wellens. So he picks it up and he's like, where are you? So I'm on holiday. I'm in Greece. He's like, are you taking the fucking piss? He said, my defenders are out injured. You're starting tomorrow. Get back here now. And he's like, he's panicking. So, and Richie Wellens has slammed phone down. You're a fucking dick, blah, 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 blah. He slammed phone down. George Ray's on Skyscanner looking for flights back, like immediately. 5 minutes later, the phone goes and it's Richie Wellens pissing himself with an entire Leighton Orient squad just going, we're only joking. Have a nice holiday. Just fucking winding him up. He's panicking. It's the third holiday with his missus that he's had to cut short, thinking that he's got to come back for football. Yeah, and like that. He's quite serious, is Richie Wellens. And that side of him, like, I like that.
I'd do the same though.
Yeah, I'd do the same. A question as well, Hannah, another one. Worst ground you've been to apart
Right,
from
see you later.
Hang on. Well, we can come back to that, because the other question was, what's the most ridiculous rumor that you've heard so far?
I've got a good one.
I've got one as well. Go on, you go. No, you go. Go on.
Right, mine is definitely. I'm going to get so much stick for baiting this one out in the Mansfield group chat. But Clark Harris to Mansfield.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
Like,
I've heard that.
not from any official sources. I've just I've heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The funniest one, and I sent this to Hannah the other day, was the second that Altrincham got knocked out of the playoffs. Oldham fans, right, go get Chris Conclark. Fuck off. Go get Chris Conclark. That one made me laugh. And then, obviously you see Ross Barkley to Stockport, but that's like, I'm in on the joke this year. Last year when I saw it, I was like, oh, it wasn't Ross Barkley last year. It was Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, well, Jesse Lingard's popped up again this year.
Yeah.
I saw the Ross Barkley and I sent it into my mate's group chat. I thought, are these on, like, what was the talk?
I'm in on the joke this year. Last year I wasn't. I didn't understand it. This year I found it quite funny to see how people have have kind of bit.
But I'm gullible, so I fell for it. I'm fully gone.
Jamie Vardy to Wrexham. I've heard that a few times.
Yeah, I've heard Vardy to Wrexham.
That's actually the
thing. De Gea is training with Altrincham at the moment, I think. Yeah. So he's been bandied around a bit.
But here's the thing, like I was, you can sign anyone at any time in the National League, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I were Altrincham, right, I would have last week gone, look,
no,
play for us.
No, it's not any time. You have a cut off, I believe.
No, I don't think there isn't National League, is there?
No, I don't.
But you can make, especially with goalkeepers, you can make emergency signings. Yeah. All they had to do was just say, they just had to say, all his keepers are injured.
Keeper's got concussion and that.
Come in, David De Gea, and like
it's amazing he's not been to Accrington, for fairness.
Yeah. The rumors are wild. I love it. I do love this, like the silly season side of things. I'm trying to think what others I've heard. I think it'll get worse over the couple of weeks.
I rang Liam earlier in the week. I was like, I was walking the dog, reading the Tranmere fans, like who they were going after, and that was just
the Wrexham
a wild read.
The Wrexham, I want to sign these sort of players. Like they had John McAtee, who's been at Barnsley and just absolutely he's been amazing in League One. And they apparently think they can get him.
Well, wasn't he? Didn't he? He was the Grimsby one, and he did like a deal where he was allowed to stay at Grimsby, and then
he signed for Luton, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he went back on loan to him. Yeah. Well, I actually read the thread by a Wrexham fan that put it out, and it was like, it was so insulting because they had Bobby Poynton in there,
and they were
right, and. Now, for me, Bobby Poynton is 20 years old as a talent. Like I say, we don't get many youth players through. He's probably one of the best talents I've seen at Bradford in the last 15 years. It was the comment of, wouldn't be my first choice. And I'm like, this is the arrogance of it. Like, he should be, if anyone's going to say, he's not going to go to a club that are saying, he won't be our first choice. You're not going to play many games.
I'm not being funny. If Mansfield signed him, I'd be absolutely buzzing.
Gosh, I think anyone would at this point, because we've seen glimpses of what he can do in his limited play time, and I don't know. But yeah, no, the Wrexham ones are probably going to be the wildest. But like Hannah says, Tranmere's are every year they're another level. They seem to season finishes and they just seem to like mind reset of everything that's happened.
That was the thing. It was their aspirations in the complete absence of any context about their kind of ambitions as a club. And don't get me wrong, I bet as a young player, right, Nigel Adkins is someone that is incredible to play under, and you will learn a huge amount, but that's not enough.
This is the issue though,
the list that they wanted.
This is why League Two is so great, because you start the season off with about 17 teams who are getting in the playoffs or getting automatics.
Yeah,
like this is why it's so good, and it gets better every year.
I actually got a voice note yesterday, and I want to see what you two think of this. So, James, who's the mighty mariner at Grimsby, because we have chats about fucking mascots.
I've got something to tell you in a minute. Go on, carry on.
Right, I need you to see what you think of this. So he said one of my friends has told me that he thinks that there's going to be about 17 teams in League Two that believe they're going to be going for promotion, top 7 next season. He's like, what do you think? And I sat there and I was like, right, your 4 that come down automatically, they're going to automatically, your 3 that fail in the playoffs, So you got 7 there. Chesterfield, they're going to think they're going to push on. Then you've got your usual suspects that have finished 8th to 15th that I think they're going to push on. So I don't think 17's that far off.
No.
I think it is
Possibly
17.
more.
Right. If I could name off the top of your head, you're going to have Bradford, Notts County, and Salford, who's underachieved this season.
Yep.
Who are all going to go for it. You then got Benlot from Derbyshire, who have just come up.
Yep.
You're then going to have Wimbledon, AFC Wimbledon. Yeah. That's 5 just off the top of my head.
Your 3 failures in the playoffs, that's 8. Your 4 that come down, that's 12. You've then got, I mean, looking at the others here. So if I pull up the League 2 table,
but like then there's the ones that did incredibly, like Harrogate, who proved, you know, that they have got it in them and pulled off some incredible results apart from against Mansfield.
Yeah, but then you, like you said, yeah. So we've got 12. You've got Tranmere 13, Accrington 14, Colchester 15, Grimsby 16,
Barrow,
Walsall 17, Gillingham 18. Well, Barrow, Barrow 19. You've got 19 of the league next season. Bear in mind, we only know 23 of the teams. 19 of them we can name right now, which leaves 5 to fight it out for the bottom. Which you know, you've got Swindon, Newport,
Morecambe.
It all depends on what happens. Yeah, no,
Well,
I think Accrington will be expecting to push on because Andy Holt has said, by the way, he's not selling. He's not selling.
Yeah, but Liam, Morecambe are in a massive. They're in. I personally believe, because we don't hear a lot from it because we don't have Morecambe fans on the 606. I believe Morecambe's in the worst situation than what Swindon are.
So we had this conversation earlier in the season, Hannah, and when Derek Adams came out and said that they were in that horrific situation, we found out that they weren't in as bad a situation as he was making out.
But they've got no CEO.
But obviously things have changed.
Yeah, escalated, yeah.
But here's the thing. Next week, someone could come in and buy Morecambe and it's just changed.
Yeah, but the problem is that Whittaker is a massive roadblock to that, isn't it? So, yeah. But whether at some point the EFL intervenes.
They won't, though. The
no,
EFL are useless. I agree. Swindon. Swindon.
No, I want to know which category is Ian including Swindon in? Are you including them in the 19 or 20 teams that are wanting to push on, or are you putting them in that bottom category?
I don't actually think the quality of the league next season is that good.
No, but that's the difference to this season. Yeah.
It's going to be harder because it's going to be more level. You're not going to have, like this season, you've had 3 teams that have been dominant, and then you've had everyone else that's kind of been able to fight for the scraps. And what you've done is you've seen those dominant teams go to teams around you and smash them, which has given you a chance. We're not going to have that next year. It's going to be a case of literally anyone can beat anyone. And I actually think that this year's League 2, aside from the top 3, like the other 21 teams, was one of the poorest we've had.
Yeah,
in a long time.
I think when I was looking at it, like Crewe, we didn't beat Crewe this season, but whenever we played them, I've sat there and I think these should not be in the playoffs at all, and they wouldn't be in the playoffs in any other season.
Well, I mean, if you look at Donny, and I'm not trying to drag Donny here, but just being being completely honest.
One second, I'm just praying to God.
Disagree with me if you can here, right? No team that is team
speaking. Bye.
No team coming out of January that is in a relegation fight should be able to win 10 games and finish 5th.
No. Yeah, but I think that reflects less on Donny, although they did have a really good run, and more on the league. And you know, I've said this, I think Harry said this, that we got away with like dropping points left, right, and centre at that kind of January to March point. Yeah. And it was like no one wanted to win the thing.
I think I was gonna cry at one point if we carried on dropping points.
But that's my point. It's like, it's not a reflection on Donny, but some people will take that as a dig at Donny. But it's not. It's a case of no other season would that have happened and put them in the position that they finished in.
I mean, I don't know. No, because it's October. We were joint bottom with Scunthorpe 2 seasons ago and ended up getting to the playoff final.
Yeah, but in October though, you've got 38 games to play.
Games, yeah.
We're literally talking about Doncaster with 37, with 35 of games of the season played, sitting
20.
just above relegation and looking like they could get dragged, like could drop into that bottom two if they lost that next game. Then
I know it's funny how 11
yeah.
games ago or 10 games ago that the owners were apparently awful as well. You know, that's mental.
We don't talk about that. You're not allowed to remember that. I need one of those things from Men in Black. Donny fans need one. Do you know where they just go? I've got a Fire Stick remote here where they just go.
I've got the pug, so
I'm just gonna go into hiding.
They just go, and then you forget everything. But yeah, like I say, I think that is a reflection on the league.
Mm-hmm.
It is as a whole. Same with us. I'm using Donny the extreme example. Same with us. We shouldn't be going into that last game of the season able to get into those playoffs.
Yeah, considering Notts County of all teams dismantled you, you know.
Yeah, they did. But then we dismantled MK Dons.
Yeah, and we got beat like 2 weeks after 2-1 at home by them.
Yeah,
you thrashed them.
But it's that thing of like, it was such a shit league, really. But you know what? You get out of it. You get out of it. See, County weren't even that good during our 12-game winning run.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Every week you expected to lose, didn't you, Hannah?
Yeah.
You were seeing the results and seeing the performances and going, shit the bed, like we could.
Yeah.
Get spanked.
It felt like we were, getting away with it.
Yeah,
I agree with that because that unbeaten streak that Russ wouldn't shut up about. When we were on that, we were playing awful.
You were drawing every week.
Draws, wins.
Well, yeah, and that's that. I mean, that was the conversation that we had, that it wouldn't do you any good unless you started winning, because at the time.
I remember at one point we had more draws by 2. I think we had 6 wins and 8 draws. That's not normal.
But this was the point we kind of made to Russ, because Russ was coming on every week and he was going, still unbeaten. It was like, you're fourth.
Well, every time anyone, like on the BBC News or whatever, they talked about Stockport County's winning run, there would always be Mansfield fans in the comments going, what about us? What about us?
The thing is, right, an unbeaten run's mint, but then when it gets to the point where you're better off winning 2 and losing 1 every 3 games, that's when it doesn't go good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. We could next season draw 46 games and still get relegated, because 50 points is your safety mark, isn't it? That's what you aim for. So, like, we could do an invincible season. We could not concede a goal the entire season, not score one the entire season. We still get relegated. So, it is that the best thing that happened to you guys this season was that first loss. Yeah,
against Swindon.
Because Clough was trying to protect that unbeaten run, and you were being very negative. Like you would go agree. 1 and then sit back.
I wouldn't agree, because in that game we lost, we actually had Aidan Flint up top. We went for the win. Yeah,
but what I mean is you didn't go out smash and grab like you have done for the rest of the season.
Oh, but we've absolutely throttled teams.
Yeah, he was very conservative in how he set up. He was trying to. The second half of this season, you guys have gone to teams, and it's been, if you score 3, we'll score 4. Like your aim has always been, we'll score more than you. We'll come away with the points. Second half of the season, first half of the season, it was, if you don't score and we sneak one, we get the win. And it got to a point where it was like they were scoring, so you were equalising, or vice versa, and then it was stalemate.
It's been really strange this season, because in January we were always calling out for this striker that we needed, but we haven't, because we've ended up second best goal scorers in the league. I mean,
we thought you were going to sign Armstrong.
Lee Gregory.
Yeah.
Lee Gregory.
Well, yeah, Lee Gregory was discussed, wasn't it? But it was his wages. Were an issue, apparently.
That was it was his wages, but that's because Chancery's a word
Harry,
I can't say on here.
Have you heard any more about Adelaken?
Yes, he's pretty much, he's trying to refuse to play because he already wants to go to a League One club.
Okay, moving on.
Shit.
Liam, did you see that the other Billy won
Yeah, I did.
a one-on-one mascot race today.
Look, listen, there's all these amateurs, right? And all these amateurs just trying to get their little runs off. I am next season, right? And I said this to Will today because he sent it to me. I knew he wanted to rattle me because he sent it directly to me. He texted me it, and I was like, next season, I'm going for it. I am going on. I'm not even asked about it being League Two. I'm not, but I'm going on a mascot race tour, and I'm going to beat as many as I can. I'm undefeated,
Okay. Right.
Still undefeated.
But have you seen this race?
Yeah.
Did you see the very suspicious way in that Northy the bear, who is the mascot for a charity, is holding his head?
Told you, it's a legitimate tactic. But did you also see that the Salford one didn't hold the head this time? Because they've learned.
Points deduction for Salford.
Yeah, it's all about how you've got to get in the head of your opposition. And I got in his head and told him that the head will fall off when he starts running. So he held it, and he's clearly told them the exact same thing. See you later, Harry. It was he's back. See you later, Harry. He's back. It was a very I will be honest, it was good speed what he said.
Yeah.
But I'd still smash it. I remember after I'd finished the race, and I don't know if I've told you this, after I finished the race, I went and got changed, and I went back into the stand, and Will sat behind me, and he stood up and he's laughing, and he just goes, "You brought your boots?" Like, yes, I brought my boots. Which, by the way, I've lost. Have I told you I've lost my boots? No. So full-time Bradford City lap of honour with the players, like, and the families and things like that. Obviously, they all have the kids. Now, if Bradford fans are on the pitch, they'd all be going up to the players. Can I have your shirt? Can I have this, that, and the other? And players are giving stuff away. The players' kids don't care because to them, the players are just, they know them. So I'm that to them. Right. So they were all, can I have your shirt? Well, no, you can't have this shirt because if I to do that, this has to come off. But I had a spare, so one kid got a spare shirt. Two other kids came over. Can we have your boots? And I'm looking and I'm going, oh shit, I can't see. So they got a boot each.
Did you ask their dads for their boots so that you can like replace them? That's where you should have gone. No,
I didn't. However, Jake Young is getting me a signed Swindon shirt from this season. I'm going up to. I won't say which of the Bradford players is involved in this. I mean, this is probably going to give it away. I'm heading up to the northeast this summer to do some filming with someone. To do some. Yeah. He's not involved in the film. Well, he is. He's going to be filming, but there's me and someone else who I can't say who because that will give it away. We're going to do some filming on some stuff this summer, which will be quite funny. But yeah, it's I've lost my boots. It made me immediately live saw through it because I had a thought process as soon as I took the boots off, which was I can buy some new boots.
Yeah, and you could get like bespoke, personalized ones with like Billy on them.
I am doing. I quite like. Thing is, the boots that I had, I quite liked, and I can't find them anywhere. And I'm starting to wonder where they came from because I can't even find the design. The Predators, but I can't find that design anywhere.
I think. Wait, is the boots wore for Salford? Salford.
Yes.
Salford, not Salford.
Yeah.
I say Salford. I said Salford to start with. I just don't know how to say it because Liam corrected me once. I forgot which way I said it.
Do you know why? I corrected you? Harry?
Go on.
Because someone from the club messaged me while you were talking and went, "Can you tell him it's Salford, not Salford?"
Look, it's the Mansfield way. We say what we want. Actually, that's quite bad. No, we don't say what we want. We say how we want.
Well, yeah, I can't find the Predators that I had.
I think they've been discontinued if it's the ones you had.
No, but I can't even find them back in history. Do you know what I mean? Like, so when you see the year on year of when they released Predators, I can't find that design. I got them in 2016, 17, which makes me think it should have been the 14.
I was still in primary school.
It makes me think they should have been retired a while ago. Those poor kids with like 8-year-old smelly boots.
Yeah, no, because I never wore them, Hannah.
Oh, right.
I had some other Adidas ones that I might like the old style Predators. I've still got them, but they split, which is why I started using these ones because I'm not a huge fan of like bright boots.
I was doing with Sats when you brought them.
Right, Harry, Harry, I heard the comment the first time and I ignored it. But no, I'm not a huge fan of bright boots, and I remember on the Saturday. Because I've only worn them bright boots this season. That's it. Last season and everything, I had these black boots, and we were playing.
Now, hang on, last season when you finished higher than this season,
and higher.
This is clearly the issue.
Fuck.
I think Liam just wants us to go to League One now, Hannah.
I rejected I had this ridiculous outfit that I wore for the last 8 county games, and then I abandoned it for the Wrexham game and we lost. So that's the thing.
That's annoying. Yeah, maybe that was the issue. Maybe I did balls up there.
Do you know what you could get though? You could get boots like what's his name? Paul Mullin. He's got like Disney characters on them for his little boy. You could have cartoon chickens.
Yeah, but I wouldn't disclose having any political things on your boots either.
No, I would put some political stuff on mine. I may have found them. I'm going to keep looking to make sure that they are the legit ones, but I may have found the style anyway. Jesus, is that what they were? They're expensive, aren't they? Anyway, yeah. So
gone up.
Yeah, well, I switched this season to those ones because I woke up on I think it was the first game of the season we played I think we played Colchester at home. I want to say first game,
home game or
home, and
yeah,
I went to get them out, and I was like, shit, it's split, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to wear these bright boots, and then I kind of stuck with them. So
get some copper mundials.
No, I like Predators. I've always stuck to Predator. Yeah, I've always.
No, I love Predators. I used to have the laceless ones when I used to play.
But I think that's what I'm going to get because
boots.
It's really hard to do laces up when you're dressed as a chicken.
Yes, I can imagine.
So yeah, I mean, look, it's meh.
We're going to talk playoffs.
What do we have to?
I mean, we've been going for an hour and a half. We could do 3 minutes.
Yeah, go on, give us. We'll have a 3-minute chat about playoffs. So, who do you? Someone actually asked the question: who do you think is going to win Championship, League One, League Two playoffs?
I've got a bet. 1 second, let me draw it up.
There's who I think and who I want.
Who do you want?
League Two, I want Crawley.
Yeah,
just because I think, well, like, because I can take some credit for it. Do you know what? I tried to find that article, and it's not that it doesn't exist on the website anymore, which I'm both happy and unhappy about in equal measures.
I'll get you a print out of it, Hannah, if you like.
But yeah,
there are many printouts. There are many printouts of it in Crawley. Yeah. I found my boots. They're not even Predators. No. So here's the thing.
Find them then.
No. So here's the thing. Wait, no. These are the style and the color, but these are metal studs. But the laces, the ends of the laces said Predator.
You can replace laces.
No. These were the ones that came with it.
I love Predators, mate.
No, I do, but my black ones were Predators as well. Oh no, they are Predators. Yeah, they are Predators. It was the Predator Instinct.
You've ruined a funny moment there.
No, Predator Instinct, Absolado. They were the Absolados. But yeah, carry on. Yeah, let's talk.
I think
iron again.
that MK Dons will probably. Oh no, hang on. Yeah, I think MK Dons will probably go up. I would like Crawley to go up.
Come see, come sir.
Toot the fruit. I think for you, it's about who would you want to face next season.
Oh no, I'm not not worried about any of them.
I'm worried about MK Dons and only MK Dons because I think they have the finances to go up and like do something next season if they do go up. But other than that, I'd probably.
I mean, out of those, we do worst against Crawley.
I think personally, fucking Doncaster's going to win it.
No, I can't. I'll resign from League One. I can't cope.
Yeah, at that point, I'll hand my notice in and be the whipping boys, quite frankly. And if you're asking about League One, I think Posh are going to get promoted.
Yeah, let's get Posh up.
Yeah, no explanation needed.
Yeah. Donny, Peterborough and Leeds, Ian says. I don't think Leeds win it.
I've got Donny, Peterborough and Southampton.
These want Donny to go up because it's 6 points in the thing. By the way, I've texted you both a picture of my actual boots. They must have been studs. I don't think I ever noticed.
Oh, yeah, I had them when I was younger.
But they are Predators. So yeah, they definitely were Predators.
Do you have metal studs in them?
Well, they must have done because it's telling me that they did, but I've never tightened studs on it, so maybe not.
You could go to the Adidas factory shop in Stockport. That's a day out.
There's an Adidas factory shop in Stockport.
Well, yeah, because there's an Adidas factory. I don't even know whether there is anymore. But Adidas have got an office in Stockport. And there's an Adidas factory shop. And when I was younger, it used to be like by invitation only, and it was the most exciting thing to get an invitation to the Adidas shop. And then we worked out that my mum could go because she worked in a hospital and she had to take her badge. And now they just let anyone go in, and it's not quite as exciting as it used to be, but it's still fun.
Do you know what else is in Stockport?
The famous Stockport County and Basque.
The League Two trophy.
Yes, the League Two trophy, and the very famous Steve Bellis trophy tour starts tomorrow night. Where does it start, Harry?
Basque.
Yes.
Is it? Yes.
Yeah. Is he at Basque tomorrow night?
Yeah, 4:30 till 6:30.
Are you going?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to take Charlotte.
Hannah, I'm off work tomorrow. Liv's going away because we go. Because I'm working Saturday. I can't go until after.
Oh, right.
So I'm. Yeah. All right. I'll come. Yeah, I'll come to Basque. We'll do that. I'm just going to put out there to anyone who's listening, I am open to suggestions for new boots for next season. So
I'm going to find the most perfect Billy
I'm
boots.
just going to find him some blue and yellow ones.
Send me some horrendous boot ideas, and I will choose the worst ones, and I will wear them with pride.
Oh, I know. I'll send you them into group chat.
Yeah. Guys, send me as many ugly ass boots as you can find. I'm not going stupid on money, but I will
get the
buy
black and white Sondicos. That's all.
No. They need to be they need to be. I want to say nice, but
hang on, they can't be ugly and nice.
Yeah, they can look stylish, but they can be ugly colours. Harry's had enough. They can be. They can look stylish, like they can have a nice design, but they can be ugly colours.
Well, they could be Bradford colours.
I don't. If they did those, that would be it. I would pay any amount for that. Chelsea, Timberland boots.
How can they not? Claret and Amber boots.
Oh, Ian, I'm going to get a photo with the trophy. Don't you worry. And I'm also going to speak to Mr. Bellis because we have.
Well, Liam, try and get back quite early after.
Oh yeah, no, I'll get back.
Oh, those ones look like mermaids.
Pirates on go.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah. That's that's what I'm. No, guys, not high heels. They need to be legitimate football boots. Like, I'm not asking for shoes.
I mean, I would pay to see Billy like tottering around Bradford's beautiful new pitch in high heels. It's looking good, by the way.
Wait,
it's not looking any different.
Look at them.
Are they Jordan? Oh, they are Jordans as well.
Oh my god, they'd be amazing.
No, I'm no.
I'll screenshot them and send them in.
Are they like hundreds of dollars?
120 quid.
I'll put in.
Oh, right. I found some beautiful ones, guys. I found some. This is what the show has become, but I have found what I believe to be beautiful. No, I don't want. Right, yeah. Well, we'll talk about that after. But yeah,
oh, they're
playoffs.
Nice,
then. Yeah, playoffs. Then, so we are attending a game in the playoffs.
Yeah,
we won't say which. We won't say which for protection, safety reasons. Which probably gives it away, but maybe it doesn't. It's pissed off a lot of fans at a lot of clubs.
I mean, the Crawley fans aren't like massively
so we'll see Crawley and MK Dons, guys.
Yeah, yeah. So we are heading to a game on Monday, and we will be neutral,
fully neutral.
Fully neutral.
Like as neutral as Switzerland.
No comment, Your Honour.
I am going to boo both teams with great pleasure.
On that case, Hannah, make sure my ticket's away from Liam. Like,
I'll sit in the middle and be like, son, we're going to have to move away from this awful man.
Oh, the fact I'm now your adopted son is not great, to be honest. But
and you have to call me daddy.
No chance. The day that happens, you will have to admit Mansfield are going to win League One next season.
Mansfield are going to win League One next season.
No chance not.
Go. Right. Have we got anything else we want to discuss?
No.
Liam, you haven't gave us your League Two.
Oh, is it want or is it hope? No, wait, they're the same thing. Want or believe. I believe Crewe will win it.
Do you?
I want Crawley to win it.
Wait,
what? You believe Crewe will win it?
Crewe have gone off though recently.
I think that'll help them. I think that will. I think that will possibly make people underestimate them.
I'm underestimating.
Exactly. So I mean, immediately I've said Crewe, and immediately you've both gone. But I mean, Crewe out of all four.
A few months ago, I would have 100% agreed with you. They were one of the more consistent teams in the league.
Out of the four playoff teams, Crewe have probably been the best over the course of the season.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they fell off towards the end. But the actual, I mean, they were top three at one point. Like no one believed. I don't think anyone ever believed MK Dons were going to make that top three, but we believed Crewe were.
Mm.
For me, I don't think. I think out of the four teams, they're the team. I'm just ruling that straight away. I just don't think they'll do it.
But that's why we're underestimating.
I am.
That's why I think it could be dangerous, could be real, and that will play into their hands. But I want Crawley to win it for many reasons. Like do you know what? So here's a comment there. Crawley are the only side without expectation. I disagree. Crawley have to get promoted for their owners. No, they do. No, they do for their. So when their owners came in, the start of last season, before the start of last season, their owners said if we don't get promoted by the end of next season, which is this season, they'll allow the fans to vote whether they continue as the owners.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to really go up because the hate that WAGMI have had, I don't see them winning that bet.
I don't.
Or that vote, sorry. So I think that Crawley do have that. I mean, there's no pressure on Scott Lindsay, but as a club, to be able to maintain this harmony that they've kind of got at the minute.
Yeah.
I've got a question. Who's got the most expectation then out of Donny and MK Dons?
MK Dons, surely.
I think
Expectation
Donny,
from who?
from a fan's point of view, is Donny.
Oh,
it's Donny, because there aren't many MK Dons fans to be expectant. That's not a dig. There aren't, though, are they?
And Charles said in the comments that Donny are no one's favourites. I don't think that's true. I think
I don't either.
Everyone really likes this incredible trajectory that they've been on, and a lot of the county fans are, that's who they want to win, because they want, that rapid acceleration to end in ultimate success.
I disagree with that, Chop, to be honest. All my mates are saying Donny are going to win playoffs. Everyone is saying that I know are saying Donny.
But let's be brutally honest, my reasons for not wanting or not having Donny as favourites is personal.
Same.
It's nothing to do with Donny. It's nothing to do with Grant McCann. It's nothing to do with the squad. It's personal.
I just think it's a lottery for me. It's a lottery in the final.
It absolutely is. But there's been lines majorly crossed this season, and that's why I'm just like, I don't want to see it happen. If it does happen, it does. If it does, you deserve it.
Like looking at it objectively, bump them off to League One, and then you're just back to Swindon drama on a Sunday night.
Yeah, but then that means we've got it, Hannah.
I know. I was trying to I know, but I've already said.
Well, just on Crawley. So it's saying here that he chatted to Preston. He's a reformed character. Like, I love Preston. Like, genuinely, like when all that shit was going off, and it was shit, and he knows it was shit. He never meant it to be what it was. And in his head, he was always trying to do what he felt was the right thing. But it was a massive learning curve. And like, people thought that we were, because obviously we were sponsored by Wagme last season.
Yeah, beginning of
Yeah, people thought that we were kind of like in bed with them, but we weren't. It took a while for us to kind of publicly call them out, but that was because we didn't want to pile on like a lot of people were. But like privately, we were having like really intense conversations, and like I obviously was there when I found out about the Sidemen thing before it went public, and I just remember sitting. Well, I was on the live stream with them, and they went, "Have you heard of the Sidemen?" And I just went, "That is the worst idea I've ever heard in my life." So we did have disagreements. Preston's genuinely one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, and he does want what is best for Crawley. Like, he really does.
I personally think, I think for me, Donny's going to get through to the final, but I've already put it on my Twitter. I said that MK Dons v Crawley tie has the opportunity to be one of the best ties in League Two by a mile, because that is going to be, it's just going to be two teams going through. Because when Crawley came to our place and put 4 past us, they were an unbelievable side. Unbelievable.
They could play football. So when we lost to them the first game of the season, and we then had, it was Colchester the next game, it was at home, and when the players came in, the Bradford players, and I was chatting to them, I was just like, did you see that coming? And one player in particular just went, they can fucking play. It's like and they were underestimating them going into it. They were just like, they can play football. I'm just going to respond to this because we've had discussions about this. From Ainsley, me and Bailey have never given you any personal abuse. I agree, you've never given me personal abuse. The issue that I've had is that when things have got personal, people haven't defended where they should when they've known that things that have been said are wrong. And I'm not saying that's been every time, because there has been occasions where people have, but there's also been a lot of stuff. It was last week, someone said, I don't know if you saw this, Hannah, someone said that I said they should be doing the same to Grant McCann. They should be what was it? It was something like they should be forcing Grant McCann out the way that they forced Danny Schofield out, and that wasn't the case.
No.
What I said was,
I've seen this.
be consistent, and that's all it was. That wasn't anything to do with Grant McCann. That was about me saying to Donny fans, if you're going to hold this person in such high regard and to such high standards, you've got to, and that's all it was. But it obviously got taken that, and it got posted, and I waited. And there's been times, Ainsley, I'll be honest, I've tagged you, I tagged Bailey, I've tagged Chal to respond and said, these guys can tell you what happened. And the only person who spoke at that time was Chal. So it's not about personal abuse from you guys. Like, if it got personal between us, I wouldn't let you on the 606 because there won't be any point because it's just silly. But yeah, I mean, Hannah's seen some of the fucking DMs. They're just ridiculous. There's some in the requests, Hannah, that I've got bookmarked ready for if Donny fail in the playoffs because they are just ready and good to go.
It's funny because, well, I mean, it's not funny, but essentially what we do week in, week out is talk about eventualities and circumstances and have opinions. And that's all they are. It's not us saying, we have no platform to say this is what should happen and this is what we think is the right decision. It's just opinions.
And at day, football is an opinions-based game. Like, we all have our separate opinions. Like, for me, I wanted Clough out at the end of last season, and look how much of a dick I look now.
Yeah.
It's an opinion-based game, and don't take it personally, but people do, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
And Ainsley's responded. I agree. You did, Ainsley, but there's been occasions where no one has. And like, choking on this. Right now, there's still one fan in particular that has been horrific for this last 3 or 4 months and has crossed lines that, being brutally honest, like knowing the people at your football club, if they were sent the stuff that I've been sent and the stuff that I've found about this person, they wouldn't be attending the playoffs because the club wouldn't allow them anywhere near. But that person's been publicly tweeting about me for months, and no one's called him out.
Is that the person?
Yeah, that you sent me earlier that's still doing it.
Yeah.
That I have on mute.
But
so,
I mean, and another thing that gets leveled, and we talked about this earlier, is this whole you're obsessed.
Oh God,
we're League 2 page. We're going to engage with the fans of clubs with bigger fan bases. If anything, take it as a compliment. The fact that we talk about you is because you're interactive, you're always there, and being completely honest, we don't have to tweet out, and you still comment. So like we can,
With all due respect, I mentioned Donny once on a 606, and the next week I got called obsessed with him because I mentioned him once. So I'm just like,
it's look when fans are winning, when teams are winning, it's very easy to be kind of that like a high horse at that point. When you're not winning, it's that you're very defensive. There is no middle ground on these things. You're either a success in football or you're a failure in football. You can come up into a league and you can have a nice settling season, but then you need to move. You need to push on to get promoted, or you're going to get dragged into relegation. It's either success or failure, and it is black and white at that point.
Unless you're Mansfield and you stay in the same division for 10 years.
Yeah, but those are failures. I mean, for the last 3 or 4 years, you've failed, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. I can, 100.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, it's either failure or success, and it's a very fine line. But as fans, we are so extreme either way. Like, we don't really have a fine line. We are either this side or this side. I've not got much room in here. Look, wall to wall. That is how far I can go. And that's all it is. And, like, I don't take... I'd say 99% of the stuff that comes in, I just laugh off. But there's certain stuff where I just like, you just know it's predictable.
I just think, why? What I don't get is when a team wins, is why do you go into other people's DMs? Like, why are you so bothered?
Because obsessed.
But that is the thing. It's like when like if no one's talking, like if you're not bothered, like about my opinion, which if you're not bothered, fine. Not everyone has to be bothered. It is an opinion. It's there to be disagreed with or agreed with. It's there to take it however you like. If you're not bothered about my opinion, don't have to tweet me at full time if you win. And if you lose, I'm not going back to them when they lose. And I think that's and that's why I've got these ones in. I only found them in the requests the other day, and they're there and they're waiting.
I'm not
And the thing
going
is, they're so these are they've set themselves up for if they don't go up in the playoffs. If they lose to Crew, they're there and they're just ready. And it's
let's
hell.
maybe wait until both legs, because
yes,
we lived through the Peterborough Sheffield Wednesday.
I can't wait.
Don't worry, guys. Don't
situation,
worry, Donny fans. You will be in the playoff final because Crew aren't win.
Hey, Crew have got 3 extra fans.
I'm just coming here relentless, aren't I? You've invited me on for 1 week, and I'm just there relentless. This team's not doing that, and these are doing that.
Yeah, but at least you knew it were happening.
Yeah, well, you were just on your sofa. You were just on your sofa, just flat out, pretty much.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to go and watch Welcome to Wrexham.
Oh well, I've cancelled my Disney Plus.
Boo. No, I'm not going to watch Welcome to Wrexham. I am going to watch the new Ghostbusters.
Oh.
I'm going to watch this Baby Reindeer or some crap.
Do you know what though, Harry? It is a tough watch.
It's horrific. It's horrible. It took a turn that I didn't think it were going to take. No. I just thought it was going to be about her with the start. Fuck me.
And actually, in my pseudo role as with parental responsibility, I'm not sure it's appropriate for you.
Right.
Yes. I clenched, Hannah. I actively clenched, and I've still not let go yet.
It's It's not what I expected. It's very, very well done, and I think he is a reliable narrator in terms of, sometimes with things like that, it's very one-sided and it doesn't come across like that at all. But it is it's not an easy watch. But they're half-hour episodes, so you can kind of.
You've made me very apprehensive.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a fun stalker film.
It's not. It's the first TV series / show in years that's been given an 18 rating.
Oh, I am absolutely shitting myself.
And what you need to do, Harry, is film your reaction while watching it.
Oh, I'll say
because Hannah already knows what scene I'm talking about.
Tell me,
and I just want to see it. No, I don't know which one it is. You got to watch it all. It's fucking wild. Pete Wilde.
Pete Wilde.
Tattooless.
Oh no, I'm a bit of a villain here, aren't I? Because my team ruined his season.
No, they've ruined it themselves. If being honest, they were pushed. They were 4.
4 points from 8 games. That's all they needed.
Yeah.
It happens. Teams fall off, and do you know what? Maybe it was too soon for them. That's what.
Do you know what it was? Like, we've been in that position on final day where we've fucked it up so many times. It was so, like, you could just sense how they felt. Like, I just sat there like, I know exactly how you feel right now. It's awful. It's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah. Well, we've reached the end, guys.
We have reached the end.
I've lasted 1 hour and 50 minutes. Yes.
I have as well. I'm dying for a wee as well.
Yeah.
Right. Anything to add, guys?
No.
Good luck, Leo.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Good luck, everyone, on Monday. Whichever team you support.
I disagree. Don't.
Right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.